What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber, and if you're new,
What's up?
in today's video I'm coming to you guys with my February TBR. Now, if you're not new to the channel, you already know, I've already told you guys before, like last year, I wasn't really doing any more TBRs because the thing about it is, your girl's really like a mood reader. You get what I'm saying? So like, if I tell you guys I'm going to read a book and then it comes down to me doing the monthly wrap up and then you don't even see any of the books that I mentioned in the TBR video, then you're going to be looking at me like, girl, what happened? And honestly, I'm going to tell you what happened. I just wasn't in the mood for the books. At the beginning, when I made the TBR, I was in the mood for it. By the time it came down to me like actually reading books in that month, I just was no longer in the mood. So that's why I kind of stopped doing monthly TBRs as of last year. But you're probably only going to get this TBR for this month specifically because it is currently February. So of course you got Valentine's Day, you got Black History Month. So I'm trying to do a combination of the two with Black romances, which I've kind of already been on like a binge reading type thing. You get what I'm saying? So I have a couple of them. I'm not gonna lie, you might not see these in the monthly wrap up, but you will see some of them, at least 2 or 3. Okay, I feel like, okay, I do got a pretty good length, so we will see. I think I only have like 2 as I'm looking at this pile of physical copies that are not like romance, but they do have Black main characters in them. And then I have like some on my Kindle that I want to read as well. So yeah, you guys, with all that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, you guys, so I'm coming to you guys with the first book that I plan on reading in February, and I ain't gonna cap, I'm kind of low-key cheating because I'm kind of reading it right now. So you for sure should be hearing something about this book in my February wrap-up. But the first book that I plan on reading in February is going to be The Endgame, which is by Ray Lyse, L-Y-S-E. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce her last name. The Endgame. I mentioned this author in my January wrap-up actually, and I told you guys I think I gave her book like a 3.5 because there were just certain things that were like, they weren't hitting for me like they should have been hitting. But I told you guys I planned on reading another book of hers, and in fact at the time I was recording that, I was still actually reading The Endgame. Listen, I had schoolwork. You guys know I'm currently in college for my master's and doing other things, so I ain't gonna clap. It's currently February 7th and I have not finished not one book. This is the first book that I started in February. So best believe you will hear this in my wrap up and I am going to finish it. So yeah, I'm getting a little slow start to this month in February, but this book I definitely plan on finishing and reading. So far I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to cap. I have been enjoying it. Every time I picked it up, I feel like, oh, this is good. I like this. I really am feeling the book. I am really feeling the storyline, and I feel like I like the story a little bit more, a lot bit more, if I'm being honest, than the other one I read at the end of it all. I think that's what the other book was titled. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. So that's the first book that I do plan on finishing this month. And then now I'm trying to pull up my other books that I have that I do plan on reading. Alright, you guys, so the next book that I have, again, I'll have to read on my Kindle, and I have it right here for you guys. It is called, well, I have it also here on my phone, but it's called Just for the Cameras. This is another book that was recommended to me by Memes, and a girl, she understands me, okay? Because listen, like I told you guys in my January wrap-up, I've been trying to get into, or well, not really get into, because I've always been reading like reverse harems and like polygamy. Is it polygamy? I think polygamy, like relationship romance books. I've always read them, but I've read them with Smoggy. Like, she's my top favorite author of those type of books. But she writes like interracial ones. So I was looking for some that was just of Black couples. So she had recommended me The Oath one, and I told you guys about that one in January. I gave that a 5 stars. I just knew I was going to love it, and I just knew I couldn't wait till February, because originally I was going to wait till February and talk about that book in this video because I was going to read it in February because, again, Black History Month, romance, combine the two. But I was like, no, I couldn't wait because I knew that shit was going to be so good, and it was good. So But she recommended me another one called Just for the Cameras. This is by Viona. I'm not, you guys see the title. You see her name. I ain't gonna butcher it. But the synopsis of this reads: sex worker couple Ken Kalu and Jordan Day decide to fantasize about their hot, untouchable flatmate and best friend Luca Prince just once. Just to scratch the itch, they totally don't want anything else from Luca, not his body nor his heart. The last thing Luca expects to come home to is his two sexy flatmates and his best friends getting frisky underneath their blanket on the living room sofa. And for the first time in a long time, Luca lets himself want. It was supposed to be one video for Jordan's and Ken's subscribers. One video, no strings attached. Except now, Jordan and Ken don't know how to let Luca go. Not after they know how fucking perfect he feels between them, and Luca feels like maybe he can risk getting his heart broken again if it means he gets to have Jordan and Ken forever. Okay, so I was like, ooh, smut. Yes. It's giving everything I need and then some. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely reading this. I'm definitely reading it this month, okay? So just know I'm trying to put these books in order from most likely to be read in February to least likely to be read, and best believe, baby, that one is definitely hell of likely I'm going to be reading this month, okay? Because it's giving everything I needed to give and then some, okay? So that's that one. So my next one I have, the rest of them are going to be physical copies. So the first one I have here now, this one is just YA romance if I'm not mistaken, but this is Excuse Me Why I Ugly Cry. By the time you see this video, you should have saw my unboxing of the 3 books in this video I'm talking to you guys about, because I recorded like a little mini short of me unboxing these. I always heard of this book, and at first I wasn't, the synopsis of it sounded good, but I don't know, I just for some reason never got it, and then I just decided to get it last month in January. And it doesn't hurt that one of my favorite authors of 2023, which is Tiffany D. Jackson, has a quote for this book, and it says, a perfectly fun and swoony rom-com. So I'm like, that helps out a lot more for me to like really want to read this book, because I love Tiffany D. Jackson. She was my top author of 2023, and honestly her books just chef kiss. But Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. The synopsis of this one reads: Quinn keeps a list of everything, from the days she's ugly cried to things that I would never admit out loud, and all the boys she liked to kiss. Her list keeps her sane. By writing her fears on paper, she never has to face them in real life. That is, until her journal goes missing. An anonymous account posts one of her lists on Instagram for the whole school to see and blackmails her into facing 7 of her greatest fears, or else her entire journal will go public. Quinn doesn't know who to trust. Desperate, she teams up with Carter Bennett, the last known person to have her journal, in a race against time to track down the blackmailer. Together they journey through everything Quinn's been too afraid to face, and along the way, Quinn finds the courage to be honest, to live in the moment, and fall in love. Doesn't it sound amazing? First of all, high hopes for this, that it's going to be a 5-star. I really need this to be a 5-star, because first of all, the synopsis is giving. It gave me a little bit of All the Boys I Ever Loved. I think that's what it was called, by Jenny. I forgot her last name. She's also the author of the Summer I Turned Pretty. That series. She's the same author for that. And it kind of gave me that a little bit when she was talking about writing stuff down and writing the list of people's names she wanted to kiss and stuff like that. It gave me that vibe. But then it also obviously has like a little twist to it, because somebody steals a journal, she has to find the journal, and she has to complete like how many again? 7 of her greatest fears that she wrote down, or they're gonna like release the entire journal. It's giving that series by that author, and also it's giving a little bit of Ace of Spades, because it's like who has it, who did it. So you get what I'm saying? It's giving both of those books in one. And I didn't really actually finish To All the Boys I've Loved or I've Ever Loved. I didn't finish that book, but I did watch the series, and I did enjoy the series on Netflix. And then, you know, I love Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades, top book of 2023. So with those two things combined in one, it's gonna be amazing. So again, excuse me while I ugly cry. I just have a high expectation of this being a 5-star for me. Alrighty, so the next book that I have is gonna be Charming as a Verb. This is by Ben Felipe. I think I just saw somebody talk about it on social media. It might have been YouTube, and then I was just like, oh, that sounds interesting, and then I decided to pick it up and get it. This synopsis for this says, Henry Haltiwanger can charm just about anyone. He is a star debater and popular student in the prestigious Fate Academy, the dutiful first-generation Haitian son, and the trusted dog walker for his wealthy New York City neighbors. But his easy smile masks a burning ambition to attend his dream college, Columbia University. There is only one person who seems immune to Henry's charm, his intense classmate and neighbor, Corinne Troy. When she uncovers Henry's less than honest dog walking scheme, she blackmails him into helping her change her image at school. Henry agrees, seeing a potential upside for him. Soon, what started as a mutual hustle turns into something more surprising than either of them ever bargained for. So that's the synopsis for this. First of all, the cover is so stinking cute. Oh my god, look at them. Look at the little doggy. I can't. Adorable. So it sounds really cute. She looks so cute in the book, y'all. Oh, she's so cute. And it just sounded really cute. Okay, it's giving February love. Okay, it's YA as well. And it's giving, I don't know if I should say fake dating, because it's like they're not really dating, but it's like it's some type of fakery going on. And I do love me a good fake dating / fakery. Like, we doing this, like, it's not really real, but the people don't know. You feel me? Like, I kind of like books like that. So I just knew this one was gonna be a good one. Do I want to give it? I think I give it like a 4.5. That's just my estimated guess. I think it's gonna be a 4.5 for me. I think so. But nonetheless, it's gonna be a good read. I have high hopes for this one as well. Alrighty, so the next one is called Chain Gang All Stars. Okay. This is not a romance. This is literary fiction. It might just be literary fiction. This is by Nana Kwame Adeji. I'm probably mispronouncing all that. I'm so sorry. You guys can see. I'll show you guys the author's name here. Bam. This is I heard about this on booktube. No, bookstagram. Somebody was mentioning this, and it sounded really interesting. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. So for this, the synopsis reads: Loretta Thurwar and Hamara Stacker are the stars of the Chain Gang All-Star, the cornerstone of Cape or criminal action penal entertainment, a highly popular, highly controversial profit-raising program in America's increasingly dominant private prison industry. It's the return of the gladiators. The prisoners are competing for the ultimate prize, their freedom. In Cape, prisoners travel as links in chain gangs, competing in death matches before packed arenas with righteous protesters at the gate. Thorwar and Stax, both teammates and lovers, are the fan favorites, and if all goes well, Thorwar will be free in just a few matches. A fact she carries as heavily as her lethal hammer. As she prepares to leave her fellow links, Thorward considers how she might help preserve her humanity in defiance of these so-called gangs. But Cape's corporation owners will stop at nothing to protect their status quo, and the obstacles they lay in Thorward's path have devastating consequences. Moving from the links in the field to the protesters to the Cape employees and beyond, Chain Gang All-Star is a kaleidoscope, excoriating look at the American prison system's unholy alliance of systematic racism, unchecked capitalism, and mass incarceration, and a clear-eyed reckoning with what freedom in this country really means for a new and necessary American voice. Whew. Alrighty, that's the synopsis of Chain Gang All-Star. Some of the things I've heard about this is that it's very, very gruesome in that sense. Like the the scenes in here, because again, they're obviously fighting. It's like a it's, you know what it's giving me when I keep reading the synopsis. I don't know which movie it is, but it's the movie with Thor, and it's the movie where he has the Hulk in it with him, and the Hulk is like competing in some type of competition or some shit like that, and Thor has to fight the Hulk, and it's like a whole bunch of people in the stadium watching it. That's what it's kind of giving me. It's like the prison system and that setup, but they're like fighting and everybody's like watching for entertainment. Cause this is supposed to be like a okay, it's fiction, satire, dystopian fiction, and also literary fiction. So yeah, it's all those genres in this book. So dystopian setup as well. So I heard it's very gruesome, very brutal. The fighting scenes and stuff like that. I think one of the cons that I've heard about this book from someone is that they have so many different point of views. Like you have the point of views from the prisoners, you have the point of views from the protesters, and then you have the point of view of Loretta and Hamara, and their name is Hurricane Stacks. Like they have like their own like fighter's name. So I just said their original name. I didn't say their fighter's name until I started reading down further into the synopsis. But yeah, you get like a lot of point of views in this book. So I heard that was kind of like a con for some people, because it's like you kind of forget like who's who. And I don't like when I have to remember like 10,000 names. But yeah, that is Chain Gang All-Star. I hopefully can get to this month. It sounds really, really interesting, and I heard it was a really good read. So yeah. And I have 2 more books left that I kind of plan on reading. These books are actually old. I've had these books for like a long time, and I have yet to pick them up. I have yet to read them. But the first one I have, this is romance. This is Defense Stance by Kasha Thompson. This is the Las Vegas Rambler series, I believe. This is a sports romance. As you can see, he's doing basketball, and then I forgot exactly what she does, but I'm gonna go ahead and just read the synopsis for you guys for this one. It says, Dion McCabe is a veteran basketball player with an adversarial disposition. Following an altercation with a fan during a game, the league orders him to attend anger management. Dion's behavior and subpar gameplay threatens to jeopardize his livelihood. He's courting disaster and must demonstrate to the organization that he's capable of turning his fate around. If not, he could face being traded or worse, the end of his basketball career. Sloane Kaplan is a single mother and cocktail waitress who's known to pack a mean punch. She's earnestly trying to keep her life on the straight and narrow, but people around her seem to push her buttons, igniting her short fuse while she's always been taught to go down fighting. Her latest brawl lands her in an anger management course. Unbeknownst to her, this mandatory class will introduce her to a towering basketball player with a grumpy temperament and captivating smile. Love is the only thing worth fighting for, even if that means not playing fair. So that's the synopsis of these 2. They both guess they meet in an anger management class because they got anger problems, okay? And the romance stems from there. So I'm actually really excited. Again, this is like the second to last book I'm mentioning in this book. Mentioning in this video. So again, I told you guys I try to put them in order from like most likely being read in this month and then less likely. So this is lower down. So I don't know if I'll get into it, but I really need to, because this book has been on my TBR since like last year. So I need to read it. But yeah, again, that's Defense Stance, and this is by Kasha Thompson. Alright, and then the next and last book, this is very least likely to be read. I know, I'm so sorry, but this has also been on my TV. This has been on my TV, y'all, longer than Defense Stance. So this might have been on my bookshelf 2022. So I really need to read this, but we'll see if that happens. But it is titled You Truly Assumed by Layla Sabrine. I'm not gonna cap. Did I get this specifically because the cover was fucking beautiful? Yes I did. Like, come on now, stop playing. Look at them. Look at it. Look at it.
You look at it. 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 I want all of you to look at it.
Come on now. Come on. You know I got it because it's cute, okay? But for this, the synopsis of this reads: after a terrorist attack rocks the country and anti-Islamic sentiment stirs, 3 black Muslim girls create a space where they can shatter assumptions and share truths. Sabria has trained hard for summer ballet auditions, so she's devastated when everything is canceled after a terrorist attack. She takes solace in writing in her private online journal, You Truly Assumed, only to discover it isn't so private after all. And there are many out there like her hoping to be heard, including Zakat. Can't wait to leave her hometown to pursue her dreams, but her family fears for her safety. With her best friend growing distant, finding a kindred voice online seems like fate. Yet, when her own haven is vandalized, Zakat wonders if she'll ever feel safe again. Farah doesn't want to visit her father and his new family, but sometimes a change of place brings a change of heart. For Farah, for the boy she might love, and for the new friends she meets through You Truly Assume, when threatening comments and emails try to silence them, the 3 must decide: shut things down and stay safe, or risk it all and let their voice be heard. So that's the synopsis of You Truly Assume. These 3, one of them forms a little, what is it called again? What's the word verbatim? Like an online journal called You Truly Assumed. And so they all 3 meet there, and I guess they all have their own little struggles and like form and bond this like friendship. And yeah, it sounds really cute, really sweet. Again, I ain't gonna cap. I did read the synopsis obviously before I purchased this, but at the same time I was like, the synopsis sounds good, that I would read it if I ever chose to like read it, but I knew for sure I really wanted this because the book was so cute. But now that I'm rereading the synopsis, I'm like, oh, this sounds really good, and I think this will really be good for like Black History Month as well. So, because again, this isn't romance, but yeah, this is You Truly Assume by Layla Sabrine. So yeah, you guys, and that's pretty much it. Those are my February TBRs, books I do kind of plan on reading in this month. I also have some other books as well, but they're not like romance or Black History Month related. Like I have some manga volumes I do want to read as well, but I decided just to keep this video sticking to the romance, you get what I'm saying? So, or just Black History Month in general content. Yeah, so I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have saw some books that maybe you might want to check out yourself, or you may have already read. You know, you can give me like your little input, but don't be like spoiling it for me or nothing like that in the comments down below. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you turn on your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!